What's going on, guys? It's your boy Rex Righteous here, and we're in Las Vegas at the Heavy Hitters Gym with Brendan Taylor. He is a upcoming uh, commentator slash correspondent slash interviewer. What else? What else you want to add?
Oh man, so a lover of boxing. So we'll just put it that way. A lover of boxing who studying the sport, learning just like anybody else, and just happy to be at a place like this, the Heavy Hitters Boxing Gym.
All right. Well, lately we've been on a little adventure here, just bouncing around to many gyms. Me and Brendan have been very cool, very good friends on Facebook and YouTube, and he's helped me out with my page a lot. And I wanted to interview him today. I wanted to pick his brain a little bit and introduce him to my side of the world, where my subscribers can get to learn a little bit about your take on the boxing world and on your channel. I want them to understand what your channel's about. So tell us a little bit about your channel, who you've interviewed, what you got going on right now.
Okay, so my channel, for those of you guys who may not know me, is it's called True School Sports, TRU, not TRUE, True School Sports. And I've had just a chance to go coast to coast, interviewing some of the best boxers in the world and some of the best gyms in the world. Shannon Briggs, Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield, Terrence Crawford, Larry Holmes, Vladimir Klitschko. The list goes on and on. Sean Porter, the list goes on and on. But as far as my channel goes, I would say this, because a lot of people have misconceptions of what I do on YouTube. Now, a lot of people say you're biased towards this fighter, or you're biased towards that fighter, and that may or may not be the case. However you feel, that's fine. But I would say, to sum it up, my channel, I do a lot of different things. I do the interviews, I do the news, I do post-fight reviews, classic fight reviews, film studies. I have stuff where I poke fun at fighters' fan bases, all kinds of stuff. I cover women's boxing. So my channel, to sum it up in one word, is if you say you are a boxing fan, and I'm talking about boxing, I'm not talking about you like Al Heyman fighters, you like HBO fighters, you like heavyweights, no, boxing, flyweight all the way up to heavyweight, women's boxing, Olympics, amateurs, all that stuff. If you are a fan of boxing, my channel is something you should be subscribed to, because I try to give boxing fans a holistic perspective on what goes on in the sport. So that's why we come to places like Heavy Hitters Boxing Gym, somewhere that a lot of these YouTube channels, you guys know the names, the guys who are popular, that have lots of subscribers. They wouldn't come to a gym like this. They would never dare come to a gym like this because, it doesn't have a big name fighter. But it's interesting when you come to a place like this, you actually find out that these guys in these kind of gyms who are just training amateur fighters for the Olympics, this is where boxing lives. And honestly, you're going to see more interviews with some interesting people we met in gyms like this. So, I would just say it's for the boxing fan who actually follows this sport as a whole.
Okay, so I've watched your channel. I'm a subscriber. You've interviewed guys like Michael Kahn, Shane Mosley, all types of people. Amir Khan. It's not always about the biggest fighters and all that. You get everything. You get the managers. You get all sides. Legends like who else? Who else did you get?
I said Larry Holmes. I said
Right.
Klitschko, Holyfield, Bowe, Shannon Briggs, Michael Carbajal, Owen Gonzalez. Some other guys I've interviewed, Saddam Ali. A lot of people, man. Clarissa Shields, Sinisa Estrada, Juan Francisco Estrada. I honestly can't remember them all. It's been a lot of people. Jarrell Miller,
Yeah, and you're based out of Florida, right?
South Florida, and Dania, to be exact, is a small city sandwiched in between Miami and Fort Lauderdale. It's a lot closer to Fort Lauderdale. But yeah, I'm in a good area because we have a couple of boxing gyms. We have Heavyweight Factory, which a lot of you guys may know because of Shannon Briggs and his whole Let's Go Champ thing. But guys there, Amir Imam, Trevor Bryan, Holyfield Bowe, guys that go to that gym, that frequent that gym, Derek Rossi, Jarrell Miller. These are the guys that I talk to on a regular basis, so I go there a lot. We have Flacco's Community Boxing Gym, which is in Hollywood, which is a much smaller gym, very not as known as a Heavyweight Factory, but we get guys, people like Marcelo Cornejo who go there, who I've also interviewed. Shannon Briggs does training there every now and then. We have a lot of great amateurs there too. So there's that. And then my gym, why I grew up boxing, because a lot of people don't know. They think, oh, well, you just get on YouTube and you just talk. You didn't box yourself. Well, I actually, little bit of information that I'll drop here on your channel. I boxed for about a year and a half. Picked up boxing, I would say around age 19. I boxed at Canino's Boxing Gym in Dania. It was a small gym in Dania, the only gym in Dania. I trained under the great Bonnie Canino, who was a pretty talented women's fighter. She was a world champion in boxing and kickboxing. And she's actually in the Women's International Boxing Hall of Fame and Kickboxing Hall of Fame. So just learning from her has been a huge honor. And we've had people and some notable people that have actually been to Canino's gym, because it's not a big gym, so people don't know these things. But Glenn Johnson trained at my gym. We've had Tavares Cloud did his camp for Bernard Hopkins at our gym. We had a couple of pros stop by, like Roy Jones and Lil Ali have stopped in for on random days. But really, it's a regular gym for regular people, and I love it. I just say that I train there. It's a huge honor. So. Canino's Boxing Gym, Dania, if you ever get a chance to come check it out. It's a small gym, and it's places like that gym, like this gym right here. That's where boxing lives. And I would also advise you, other YouTube channels, like you got guys like Dante's Boxing Nation, ES News. You guys know the big names. They have way more subscribers than I do. Way more subscribers than I do. I only have like 5,000 something. They got 60,000, 70,000, 200,000. They can make way bigger impact right now than I can to a gym like this, interviewing people. So I would advise them to start coming to all the gyms in Vegas, not just the Mayweather gym, not just the gyms with the big names. Come to the gyms where your amateurs train, because this is the future of boxing. This is where boxing lives. And if you're covering boxing, cover it as a whole. Don't cover it just as for the guys that give you credentials or give you views. Sometimes it's better to do things here, because these guys may become world champions one day. So we just don't know.
So how long have you been on YouTube?
I've been on YouTube officially since 2013, but I would say that I have only had an identity on YouTube for about a year or so, because I covered the NBA for a little bit. I covered the NBA for about 2 or 3 years. I did stuff for the Dallas Mavericks, the Charlotte Hornets, the Magic, the Nuggets. Interviewed Steph Curry, Vince Carter, Kemba Walker. Ton of great basketball players. I spent time around Dirk Nowitzki. So I've done a lot of things. Even at my young age, and I've been very blessed to do that. So. Yeah, I've been on YouTube for a little bit, but people are starting to catch on now.
Yeah, I see that, and you're walking into these gyms, because I'm also tagging along, and you're walking into these gyms and people already know you. And that's a good thing, They know you in a positive light. They know that you're going to interview them, and they know that you're going to do a good job. So that's always good, Last question I want to give you is, what is your goal a year from now, and do you like Vegas? Do you like the what Vegas has to offer when it comes to boxing gyms, and to be specific?
To answer your first question, what's my goal a year from now? My goal a year from now is just my own life overall. I just want to be someone who's more consistent in every aspect of his life, and be more established with his YouTube stuff. Like I would love to get more, obviously recognition for what I'm doing. And I feel like I'm getting a little bit more respect now.
Can you say that again? Because the guy's car was a little loud.
I said I would like to get more recognition in the boxing game for overall, but I feel like I'm getting it. People are starting to notice me. Like just the other day, we were at Johnny Tokos, and Caleb Plant, the really good prospect at 168. He knew who I was already. He's seen a couple of my videos, so shout out to Caleb Plant. But there's that. Just be more established with this. And as far as Vegas and the boxing gyms, I like it. You got a lot of gyms here. A lot of interesting people in these gyms. Vegas as a city, I've only seen certain parts of it, but it's
right. You're still getting to know Vegas as itself.
It's been very nice. The weather is a little interesting. It's kind of warm now. We're wearing hoodies now, so getting the best of both worlds. I was telling you I wouldn't mind maybe in a year or two or a couple years. I might find myself out here. We just don't know.
We don't know. We don't know
the future holds for BT. We
exactly.
just a kid from Dania, but we're international too.
Yeah,
we're international too. So. Yeah, man. Boxing is definitely strong here, and I just I hope anybody watching this, subscribe to True School Sports. You're gonna get somebody who really cares about what he does. You're not gonna get someone who is doing this for race baiting or doing this to be someone who just does it for views. I really love boxing. If you guys talk to me, and you get to know my background a little bit, you'll see that. So hope you guys understand me a little more now.
All right, there you go. So subscribe to his channel, True School Sports. This is Brendan Taylor. He also has some more plans coming along. So just keep following his YouTube page. As you can see, he's come to Vegas and there hasn't been a problem. He's been doing really well, and he's entertained, and he's happy with what's going on here in Vegas when it comes to boxing gyms. He's finding out a lot of information. Everything's going well, and it's very positive. So any last things you want to say?
One thing I want to say, and this is to the people out there who, because I get a lot of people, and ironically, it's a lot of fighters. You know, I get guys who are amateur fighters who box, and they comment on my page, and you know, if I'm critical of a certain fighter, whoever it may be, whether it's Andre Ward or you know Golovkin or whoever the case may be, they come on my page and they say things like, well, you never boxed before, how would you know this? You know, we can't respect you, you're not a guy who boxes. I'm using this interview to tell you guys that, look, you might think, you know, you see a little scrawny kid, I didn't box. I was in the gym. I did my rounds of sparring. I know what it's like to be in the ring and take a hard shot and give a hard shot as well. And, you know, I've hurt people with body shots, and I've put people in the KOs, and people put me in the KOs. I've been on both sides of the spectrum, so I know what it's like. And I'm not talking to somebody who has never laced up a player gloves. You know, I did my fair share of fighting, and you know, I'm actually I've been trying to get back to boxing for a year. The last year or so, where I've had a lot of things going on in my life, and you know, I'm gonna get back to it. So once I get back to it, I'll even document that on my channel. But I would just say for the boxing fans out there, whether it's judging fighters, judging YouTube people, just judging people in general, you know, don't judge someone based on how you might perceive them. Actually get to know them and talk to them before you make any judgment. And I would also just say, follow boxing as a whole. Don't follow one fighter. Don't follow a couple fighters, a group, a management team, a promotional team. Follow boxing, love the sport, and support it.
You already know, guys. Keep checking out his page. I'm telling you, you're going to be happy that you subscribe. All right, man.
Thank you, Rob.
Take care. Peace.